Hey everybody, it's me. No fancy introductions or anything like that right now, but I wanted to take a moment to talk about Thanksgiving, the holiday season, and everything else. Uh, I like the Thanksgiving, obviously. I like Thanksgiving, obviously, for the food and all that. I am thankful for a lot of things. But having worked in retail for a long period of time, Thanksgiving isn't that joyous a holiday. I've spent many Thanksgivings working on Thanksgiving, and most of which were in the retail world. And unfortunately, in those years I worked in retail, I realized that unfortunately, the so-called joyous time of the year, the most wonderful time of the year, isn't really as great as you think. People tend to be very, very selfish, very greedy, very, mean at times. I used to have a rule when I worked at Walmart that said that if somebody's wearing a Christmas sweater, keep an eye on them because they might bite your head off if they can't get what they want. I wish I were lying about that, but there's some truth to that. Here's the thing. This is my second holiday season away from the retail world. I'm kind of getting a little bit of enjoyment about the holidays again. But the truth of the matter is, I really am not going to be a big fan of the holidays until probably several years down the road out of the holiday season. I think that the way it really is in America these days is about consumerism, buying the perfect gifts, having the perfect party, having the perfect decorations and all this, and not about the whole Jesus is the reason for the season thing that you keep getting hammered on. And this nonsense about a war on Christmas. You know, you do realize that the people pushing this are trying to get you to react in a way that they want you to react. They're pushing a political agenda. Look, just because somebody says happy holidays or season's greetings does not mean that they reject Christ, okay? Growing up, those phrases were used interchangeably. Nobody said a word about it. Nobody batted an eye. Now people get bent out of shape if you don't say Merry Christmas. I mean, folks, come on. It's the holiday season. You're going to get bent out of shape because somebody says Happy Holidays. You know, this is supposed to be the most wonderful time of the year, and I swear people will go out of their way to be miserable during this time of the year. Okay? Here's what you can do to make things better. Help people that need the help. Donate money to charities. Donate toys to families in need. Donate food to a food pantry or whatever. Do something like that to make yourself feel good. You don't need the fanciest stuff in the world. You don't need an Apple Watch or whatever the Samsung Galaxy, was it Gear, I think? Buy something for yourself, obviously. Treat yourself, but don't make it all about yourself. Don't make it just all about buying presents either, People get so wrapped up into that. Look, I buy only for my immediate family. That's it. And that's really the only thing I really care to buy for because, they're the people I'm the closest to, I don't expect people to buy me anything. If somebody gives me something, that's nice. But I'm not expecting anything from anybody, because to me the holiday season is more than just getting presents. It's nice and all that, don't get me wrong, but there's more to the season than buying stuff and giving stuff away and getting stuff. Oh, but I've seen online people talk about, well, why shouldn't stores be closed? Well, that's because people go to these stores on Thanksgiving to shop. If they didn't go to the Thanksgiving to shop, they wouldn't be open. Used to be back in the day, they would be closed, and they'd open the next day. I don't know if Walmart changed all that when they started opening these 24/7 supercenters. But I do remember back in the day when we didn't have a supercenter, it was closed on Thanksgiving. And God, that's 20 years ago. Hard to believe that we had a regular plain old Walmart that closed at night. I think they closed at 10 or 11. I can't remember which. I think it was 10. Didn't even have a grocery section. It had like a little food section, but not a full-blown grocery section, I remember the first time I went into our Walmart many, many moons ago, and it was like going into an airport terminal. That's what it reminded me of. And then I made the mistake of working there. Oh, my God. Oh, man. If you know anybody working retail, especially they work at Walmart, say a prayer for them. Even if you're not a person of faith, send your good vibes to them, because this night tonight and into tomorrow is absolute hell. Last year when I went for the first time ever, I won't go this year because I bought the stuff already online. To me, it was fun because I wanted to do it the one time. I might do it tonight if they go, just to go pick up some movies. And it's just insane how people will just go nuts over stuff like stuff that doesn't really matter, Why are you getting fights over towels? Or washcloths? Or as we like to say in the South, wash rags. The simplest stuff people will go nuts over. Last year I bought my niece and stepnephew a tablet. And I think I bought my sister and brother-in-law a Roku. I just got it because, I thought they might like it. I think my niece and nephew probably didn't play with the tablet all that much because, there are these things called computers now. I just thought they might like it to watch stuff on and still have their phones handy if they want to, talk to somebody. Multitasking. Hey, I'm watching a movie here and doing something on my phone. I like doing that sometimes, and I might be doing that in the near future once I get my own place next year. And what I'm going to do with this podcast is, on occasion, comment while I'm watching a show. I'm going to do a whole series, and while the show's going on, I'm going to comment about it. Real life reactions. I don't want to do it on YouTube like some people do. I might do that though. I got a face for radio, but I might do that just for the hell of it. And we'll see what happens. Anyhow, let me go off on a tangent for a second. When I get my own place again, I'm going to do podcast, obviously, but I might very well do these reaction videos I see on YouTube. I got to figure out how to do them to where you can actually see the video in the lower picture and you can watch me react to it. And I might do that because it does tend to get some followers and such. But we shall see. Yeah, but the holiday season to me is just, maybe it's because I spent so many years in retail, I've become cynical about it. Um, Maybe time away from the retail world will actually make me feel good again. But my niece is grown, my stepnephew's grown. I guess until they have kids of their own, which will be a few years down the road, and there's no guarantee I'll make it, obviously, because there's always that chance. You could walk out right in front of a bus one day, and you ain't going to be here anymore. And I turned 49 next May. Oh, it's been a tough few years, but I've got some things are looking good. And I'm hoping to, by next spring, to have my own place and do some very cool things. I'm looking for the right place, though, because my goal is to have a 2-bedroom place where 1 bedroom is for actual sleeping and other things, hopefully other things. And the other bedroom would be the studio. Actually, I've had a chance. Unfortunately, things didn't work out. If I could find a nice 3-bedroom that's small but reasonably affordable, I could have my office, which is a writing den, like a den writing, and also a podcast studio. That would be very cool. Oh, man. But yeah, that's sort of the thing I've got planned on. Actually, there's a house. If I had the money right now, I could get it. Because it's actually got a deck. A nice deck that's not like way above, And it's close to where I used to live. It's like about 2 or 3 streets over. And it's like really nice, but I'd have to really make sure because it's one of those things, I don't really want a roommate. I've been through that before. I don't think I want to go through that again. Unless it's a girlfriend that moving in, that probably won't happen, so yeah. But I'm looking for a small house. Part would be okay, but I'd like a small house. Anyhow, back to the holiday stuff. I don't know what I'm going to do this year. There's not really much I really want. Clothes, yeah. I'd like a nice raincoat. That's about it. And some cargo shorts. Cargo. Well, yeah, take it back. Summertime, I wouldn't mind having cargo shorts to wear to work. Because even though people would have to go, oh my God, those legs are so pale, it's not even funny. The beacons of Minas Tirith are lit. The beacon. They are calling for help and all that stuff, Is it Minas Tirith? Or something like that. I gotta watch Lord of the Rings again. It's been a long time since I watched it. But anyhow. Yeah. Looks like work is going to be busy this Christmas, so I'll probably be doing 6 days a week up until Christmas, which means more money to buy more gifts. Now, I know you said, oh, but you said, it's my family, okay? Plus, there's also me. Plus, yeah, I got some things I'm planning on doing. Yeah, once I get my own place, I'm going to be definitely getting back into the writing and podcasting game and such. And I have some ideas, to say the least. We like to say in the South, ideas. It's actually ideas. But, anyhow. So Turkey Day. Can I be perfectly frank? I don't understand the whole turkey thing. Okay, it's a tradition, I know, and all that stuff, and blah 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 blah. But generally, turkey's not that tasty to me. It's okay. I don't have a problem with it. It's just that, turkey tends to be one of the... It's just one of those things. I don't know why people are so dead set about having a turkey and Ham's good too. We generally have turkey and ham. I'll eat a little bit of turkey, a little bit more ham, but the sides are what I'm going for. Yeah, I can eat my weight in sides, and I'm not a small guy. The only thing is, my sister's mac and cheese, she has a crock pot, and she uses Velveeta. And for some reason, Velveeta to me these days tastes like plastic. I just don't like the taste of it. So that's the reason I don't really like her mac and cheese. And it's really weird because my sister's actually a really good cook. It's just the Velveeta just turns me off to it because it tastes like plastic to me, you know? And I think I've made better mac and cheeses, in my opinion, but that's because I don't use Velveeta. I use, whenever I made it, it would be, generally I don't use regular elbow macaroni. I use ziti or penne because I want to make sure that the cheese gets into the noodle. I will use cheddar. I will use mozzarella. I will use Parmesan. I will use Monterey Jack. I will use the cheddar cheese sauce. And I'll put some eggs in to bind it. And I will put some cream in there, some sour cream to kind of help a little bit with that. And make it real creamy and all that. Real cheesy and creamy and all that to make sure it don't dry out. Maybe put a little bit of spice in it with some hot sauce. When I get a place around, I might experiment with paprika and other stuff like that to really... Because I can make, when I really hit the nail on the head with it, and I can do it if I remember to actually do it properly, I can hit the nail on it with macaroni and cheese. That's one of my faves. Good old-fashioned baked macaroni and cheese. You know. Oh, man. Mashed potatoes, I prefer instant, because I can doctor it up the way I like it. I know you're going to say, oh, no. Trust me, I can really kick ass with that. I usually make the ranch garlic mashed potatoes. Put some ranch in it, put some garlic in it. Put a little bit of onion in it. I probably could make good old-fashioned real mashed potatoes if I really took the time and actually used a food processor for them. But, yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm hungry. Oh, man. We're going to actually have ours on Saturday. My sister's at her husband's family. I didn't want to go because I don't know him that well. I don't like imposing myself. So I had a little treat this morning. The non-Thanksgiving meal. So yeah, that was nice. Oh man. But yeah, I did actually do my Black Friday shopping last night online. Got what I wanted. Well, actually, the thing is, I was going to go another way. I was actually going to buy a Chromebook and a Galaxy Tab, but I decided to go the cheaper route because I think I'm going to probably wait to get a Galaxy Tab that's more what I really want, which is much more space. B, the Chromebook, I don't know how much you can expand the memory of it. The one they had on Walmart was 4 gigs RAM, which is really good, but it could only go up to 16 gigs of memory. And my worry is there a way to put more memory on the computer? Because as I found out with my iPhone, you can make it. I used to 10 years ago. I had a 32 gig phone. It was when it first came out. I think it was the iPhone 3. It might have been 8 years ago. and it had 32 gigs, and I could put videos and all that, put a ton of apps and all that, put a ton of editing stuff and all that, and never had to worry about filling it up. Now, things are much different. Yeah. Apps take a lot more space. I think Facebook probably takes a lot more space, and of course, podcast and all that. I do listen to a lot of podcasts. I have some music files on here. So yeah, there is definitely that. But work's been going pretty well, except that I've had to deal with a kidney issue. Last summer, I was diagnosed with a cyst on my kidney, and it flared up last week, and it's really been bothering me this week, to the point where I had to miss work. I had to leave work early on Monday by an hour and go to the doctor and miss work on Tuesday. I was able to get through yesterday. Okay. Didn't really bother me too much. But that was because I was being very cautious. So I got 4 days to rest this up, and then hopefully I can survive the next, 3 weeks before Christmas? But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do much between then. I kind of would like to go to that Winterfest thing at Carowinds just for the heck of it. And then there's the Shadrack's lighting thing down at the Tryon International Equestrian Center. But I don't know that why pay to go drive through this thing when you can just do it downtown Forest City? For those of you listening, Forest City, North Carolina, by the way. Oh man, yeah. I'm getting a little Christmas spirit back. It's slowly seeping in. Although it drives me nuts about the constant playing of Christmas music. Look, I know a lot of you folks love Christmas music. It gets you really in the mood. Do you have to have radio stations play it from November 1st all the way through Christmas 24/7 non-stop? You do realize that's 2 months out of the year right there. That's 1/6 of a year. 1/6 is not a very small period of time. I'm fine with it if you play it between Thanksgiving and Christmas. But at least mix some regular music into it. You know, you don't have to play every little bit. They used to do that, and now all of a sudden I think the retail gods have said, no, we got to have Christmas music constantly. Like, I guarantee the next time I go into Walmart, it'll be Christmas music through the yazoo. And it will drive me nuts. Because you rarely hear any good Christmas music. It's the same songs redone by people over and over and over and over and over and over again. How many different versions of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Have Yourself a Merry Christmas and all this other sort of stuff have been done? You know, that's why I don't like Christmas music all that much. If there's actually a new Christmas song that comes out that I actually like, it's shocking. It's like, oh my God, this is actually a really good song, you know? I don't like depressing Christmas songs, like the Christmas Shoe song. I hate that song. It makes me think of my mom, and I don't like thinking of my mom like that, because it depresses the hell out of me. It makes me really, really sad. I like to be able to go think of her and, you know, have a happy thought. You know, a little. My sense of humor is off the wall, so. But I don't like that song. I hate it. It's one of those songs I'm begging people to turn that song. You know. Oh God, I hate that song. I'm alright. Last Christmas by Wham. I can listen to that. That's okay, but not that particular Christmas shoot song. If you want to know what it is, go look it up, but you might want to bring some Kleenex. Okay? Just saying. It's that sad. It's the most wonderful time of the year and you're bringing that song out? Folks, don't do that. I like the twisted Christmas carols, by the way. I love those. Bob Waters, his stuff back in the day. I don't know if he does his name right. Is he still going with that? Is he still even alive? Hell, I don't know. Xmas in Frisco on Soma FM. Rules. But be wary. It can have some rather racy dialogue. It's really twisted Christmas songs. And then, of course, there's Lacuna Coil's Naughty Christmas song, which is really nice. It talks about Krampus, the European myth about if your kids aren't good, Krampus will come along and drag them away. Which we know for a fact that didn't happen in the United States because the Hill children were never dragged away. And we're not always perfect kids, so yeah. Krampus doesn't come to the United States of America. I don't know why, but he doesn't. He probably should, though. Anywho, what else can I talk about? Oh, yeah. What about that week between Christmas and New Year's? I always call it the weird week because, you know, you don't really do any work during that time. There was one time when I was a kid in 4th grade, they actually wanted us to go to school that week. I'm like, what are they nuts? We didn't do squat that week. The teachers were about as motivated as the students. They were like, we don't want to be here. That's the only time we went to school that, and I thought back to that not too long ago. It's been, nearly 40 years. And I'm like, why the hell did we go to school that week? I can't remember. It was it was election date 1980. So the year was 1980. It'll be 40 years next year. And for some odd reason, that year was the only year I've ever known that we went to school between Christmas and New Year's. So yeah, work, I mean, most people are already taking, if you got vacation time, you're probably taking it during that time because you don't want to have to go to work. I wish I had it this year. But I don't. Health problems and my niece graduating and such kind of threw a monkey wrench into that. So yeah, fun. All right. Yeah. But that's weird. That week, so I've always call it kind of weird week. Although they do have Kwanzaa now, which is an African American holiday. But I don't know if I can actually celebrate because I'm a white Caucasian dude. But yeah, I always call that the weird week because it's like a lot of people are out of work, kids are out of school, a lot of cool stuff, a lot of special stuff's on TV, blah, 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 you know. But it's crazy that way. Anyhow, I'm going to end this podcast, and I'm going to do another podcast here in just a bit. Bye!